summer months, you can pick cherries, berries, plums, nectarines, and apples, just to name a few. A host of activities awaits the whole family at this site, including tractor tours in the fields. There are many vineyards in the valley as well, providing grapes to the Golan winery in Quneitra. The winery has earned international fame for its fine wines, and a visit there is well worth the experience. You can also see a complex of white buildings in the valley. This is the main base of UNDOF, the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force. Their role is to monitor the disengagement agreement signed between Israel and Syria after the Yom Kippur War in 1974. The only border passage between Israel and Syria is located close to this base. It serves mainly for Druze residents of the Golan and UN soldiers. To the left of the camp and beyond the cultivated fields, the ruins of the town of Quneitra can be seen. The Circassians who settled there during the Ottoman Empire in the 19th century turned Quneitra into a major town in this region. From the establishment of Syria as an independent state in 1946 until 1967, Quneitra served as the central military base for the Syrian army. During the Six-Day War in 1967, the Israeli army climbed the Golan, and after 2 days of courageous and bitter fighting, captured the region. After the war and the Syrian rejection of the Israeli peace proposal, Israel began to settle the Golan. The original members of Kibbutz Marom Golan, the first Israeli community on the Golan, settled around the outskirts of Quneitra. In 1972, the kibbutz was moved to its present location on the western side of this hill. You can listen to further explanation of the kibbutz and the surrounding scenery at another audio explanation station near the balcony of the restaurant. This region faced another military challenge in 1973 during the Yom Kippur War, when the Syrian army launched a surprise attack on Israel and invaded the Golan.
And they did.
Only a small number of regular Israeli troops were there to face the onslaught of the Syrian army and its tanks. But they fought hard and bravely and were able to stop the Syrian invasion. When the Israeli reserve forces joined the battle, the Syrian army was pushed completely out of the Golan. In a later counterattack, the Israeli army occupied further territories deep inside Syria, 20 kilometers from the border. After the war, Israel and Syria signed a disengagement agreement, and Israel pulled back from the territories occupied in the Yom Kippur War. As a goodwill gesture, Israel also agreed to withdraw from the town of Quneitra. Today, the borderline passes just beyond the cultivated fields in front of you.
Remember the Greenland, and then that's a border. Look at that there.
Instead,
goes all the way up.
That can be seen just beyond the old town. Since signing the disengagement agreement in 1974, this border has been the quietest border that Israel has ever known with any of its neighbors. To your right rises Mount Bental with numerous antennas standing on its peak. This hill, just like Mount Bental, is part of the ridge created by a series of volcanoes spread along the Israel-Syrian border. This ridge is of vast importance for the defense of the State of Israel, especially for intelligence gathering purposes. On a clear day, you can see the wind power plant on Mount Asiniya.
You can see it there.
This is a unique project for the Golan that involves 10 wind turbines for electricity production. The power plant's yearly clean energy production provides electricity to over 4,000 households. The unique topography of the Golan creates wind conditions that are optimal for wind energy production throughout the year. 4 brilliant seasons are the hallmark of the Golan. Summers with moderate temperatures, autumn with an array of golden colors, winter in which you can hike along flowing streams and snow-capped peaks, and spring which surrounds you with fragrances and colors of the blossoming orchards and the wildflowers. From this point, we recommend you continue north to visit the Valley of Tears and view the film of the tank battle, Oz 77, at Kibbutz El Rom. The special deer sanctuary in the forest at Har Odom is also worth the visit. You may also choose to head south to Katsrim.
That's what we are going to do.
Center, the museum, the Golan winery, and the ancient park of Katsrim. Together, we will keep the Golan clean.
Yay!
The residents of the Golan wish you a pleasant visit.
Well, guys, this is the highest mountain of Israel and Syria. You can see the top of it. It's still with a little bit of snow. That is the Hermon Mount, the ski resort that we have. The highest peak used to be part of Syria, but we catched it lately, I mean a year ago.
So where's Lebanon?
Syria,
Where's Lebanon?
the other side.
How? Is it not over the...
But if that is the old Quneitra that no one used, you can see the new Quneitra. And from here to a good lunch restaurant in Damascus, it's only 40 miles. That way.
Do Syria and Lebanon touch each other above Israel?
Syria and Lebanon hate each other because the Hezbollah of Lebanon help Assad. Then for them, I mean, Mr. Trump said, all right, leave Israel aside and let Syria take care of Lebanon. That is a horrible thing that he said, but you can understand that love, there's no love between those two countries.
Question.
Yes, please.
Syria and Israel have a good relationship?
Not really. No. No, that's why I cannot go to Damascus.
Is it worse than Jordan and Israel?
No. Jordan, I can drive to Jordan. I cannot drive to Damascus.
So yeah, it's worse with Syria than it is with
I
Jordan.
wish that I could, but sadly I cannot. And from time to time, although it's really a quiet border, from time to time, more to the south, they used to send some terrorist groups. And in the Golan Heights, we have a lot of Druze. Druze, it's another religion, came out of Islam. And a part of the Druze are here in Israel side, part of the Druze are there. And the Syrians started to slaughter the Druze. Then Israel had to interfere and enter to those places. The situation today, I must say, is not so bad because we are talking. Then maybe in the future we will be able to, well, you know what, next tour, together with you, let's say 2 years from now, we will go to Damascus as well. It's such an amazing place.
So like a few months ago, 6 months ago, Avner and Nira, they had the girl staying with her. Do you remember the story of Jasmine? She was staying at Avner's. No. She came to visit. She was a Druze girl.
Okay.
I said, what's the story? Like, whatever. Because she couldn't, they were talking about trying to find her husband kind of thing, but she can only marry another Druze.
Yes, they cannot marry
very
someone else.
And I was like, I don't understand. And they're like, it's like a different religion. It's a really small group, so they really maintain their intermarriage so
Yes.
they can keep their population growing.
And more than that, the minute someone died from the Druze, a child was born. Then in that case, they are keeping their tradition, the secret religion. But this is it, and as you can see, there is now it's mostly for tourists, but it's an active bunker. And we might go in. Active? Kind of. It's not really active. It's for tourists now, but it can be active. Then just look at that. Look at the sign there. Damascus, 65 kilometers, 40 miles. I think there is a sign of America. Let's go to see Washington. Jerusalem, it's 161 kilometers. Tehran, it's Iran. The capital of Iran. Not so far away. And remember that there was something like Washington somewhere. Tel Aviv, it's 151 kilometers. Beijing. But look how beautiful it is. All right, I remember that there was Washington.
46 kilometers.
Woo, yeah, let's say almost like 10,000 kilometers, which is I think 6,000 miles, something like that.
That makes sense. I thought it was 8,000 miles.
Then this is the Link family, and sadly because the war from October 7, the best coffee in that area is closed. Coffee and Naan is closed. Thank you very much for being with me in that video. Bye-bye.